I tell you what. wait. Okay, first of all, you're listening to Between Hours live on Asasi Radio. My name is Naa Ashorkor, and guess who's in the house? Your one and only Jimmy Carter, the only president in the United States of America.
The whole United States of America. That's right.
Jimmy, you're welcome to the studios.
My baby, thank you for welcoming me.
Can you tell that I'm very happy to see you?
My spirit have overflowing myself. As I'm seeing how you have embracing my presence, I'm seeing that the love of deep.
Oh yes, it's deep and wide. And
today, all the love are rising to the surface.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden.
My baby.
Yeah. Kabutey Okansi.
Yes, Naa.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
I told you a story just now about how I was driving at Kaukudi. I got to the traffic light and this Tom PK guy was knocking on my window. So obviously, I thought there was something wrong. I thought I had a flat tire or there was something happening to my car. Because ordinarily, I mean, a Tom seller would not come and knock on my window so aggressively. So I rolled down because I was wondering what's going on. Then this guy looks at me, takes a step back. He actually went back one step.
That's right.
Smiled and said, "My Cinderella." Oh my God.
That's the Jimmy effect. Yes.
I said, "Get out of my..." I said, "No woman to only my traffic, my ear hot."
Listen.
But like a moment later, I just burst out laughing because I thought, oh my God.
So earlier in the week, I went to host a funeral service.
Okay.
And so I joined earlier in the service before waiting for my time to do my bit. And then it was offertory time. So I was walking through the pews to go and do offertory as well, and then go and sit down. And imagine, this is church. This is a funeral service. So it's quite a solemn environment. And there was this, relatively young child sitting in the pews. And I think when he just saw me, he just couldn't help. Just didn't help. Just blurted out to the whole church, "That's Jimmy Carter!"
Oh my goodness. At a funeral. So what did you do?
Oh, everybody just had a bit laugh, and people's attention was drawn to me, and yeah, but it's been exciting. It's been exciting.
I can't tell you how much. But so the videos To Having to Hold has been on TV for over a year.
It's amazing.
But then
this season 3. This is season 3.
What happened to be a silly video? I think it was a rehearsal we were doing in the car.
That's
we
right.
were rehearsing before
That's
a
right.
scene
That's right.
in the car at NAFTI, which we happened to record and put out.
That's right.
And it's gone.
Just
After I posted it, in the first hour, it had been shared 1,000 times.
The amazing thing was, when you posted it, I wasn't aware that you had posted it.
Okay.
So we're still on set, still shooting.
Yeah.
And then, after about an hour, I noticed an unusually high number of notifications on my, on my phone.
Okay.
But because we were still in the motion, I kind of didn't give attention to it. By the time we were done, and I was driving back and checking my phone, it just was amazing. I think people just connected to it, for some reason. Yeah, and even those who know me are just wondering, have we always known him, or this is like a different version, or is that how he is? Yeah, well.
Yeah, people have had a lot of questions. How are you taking the shock and mixed reactions?
I love it. I love the contrast. Okay, I love the contrast because people who know me or who are close to me know I'm a fun-loving person, but I'm also quite mature in disposition. So I can come across as pretty serious looking and, that kind of thing.
Because you're really serious. I know you as a very serious person.
I'm a cool, calm, collected person.
And we know you as an MC.
That's right.
You're a very serious MC.
That's right.
You've got to be one of the best MCs in the city.
You have not talking wrong.
How does this Jimmy Carter character come up so naturally and so easily to you?
So I think, first of all,
I
have to remember to give props to our director. Because when Ivan Kwashiga called me for this role, I wondered, of all the people, why would he call me for this particular role? But I also knew that it was a role. I'm tickled by contrast, like I mentioned. I'm tickled by contrast, and then I also know that I have quite a wide performance range. Because I do have a theater background. I've been with Uncle Ibo for many years, and actually theater started for me from KNUST, where because of church activities, we're doing improvised theater as part of our regular service. And that's really where I really fell in love with theater. And through especially the guidance and the training of Uncle Ibo, I know I have a wide range. So when I saw the role, and especially when he literally gave me a clean slate to expand and enrich the character as best as I could. You know, because one of the questions people always ask is that how the script is written?
I tell you.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you a story. The first day you came on set with me,
okay,
I had read my lines and read your lines. So, and you know, I like to stick to the script. So I like to say what is there.
That's right.
And I know what you are supposed to say.
So you get your cues.
When I said my line and you started talking, I was like, what the actual, what is going, who's this guy? What's he saying? So I looked at Ivan and said, have we started? Or is he joking? Or what's going on?
So I think all the props should go to Ivan. I mean, for seeing it, you know, even when I wouldn't necessarily have picked that as, you know, a preferred role.
I didn't understand Kabutey, but you have, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you have done it, but you are an amazing actor.
Oh.
I think on your profile you should put actor first, then MC.
I should.
Because
wow,
it takes a very versatile actor to be able to deliver this role the way you have delivered it.
Thank you.
When you are in fact very far from the character. And how do you have such a wealth of bad English in your mouth? So how did you learn all of, like, if he
I like So to be very honest with you,
yeah,
it's almost like in emceeing, I've always told people that the last few minutes or few moments before I literally
open your mouth
is really where I get my best ideas. You know, even when especially when I'm emceeing as well. You know, because it's quite a, you know, it's quite a, how do I put it? It's quite a fluid environment, and it is relying heavily on your creativity and your spontaneity sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I noticed with this particular character that I needed to literally get out of my default prim proper, you know, self, mature self, and really go, you know, improper and abuse the language and try and put a formula to Jimmy's, you know, bad language and bad diction and bad English.
But where do you get it from? Do you watch some videos? Like, are you related to, what's his name? You know, our friend, you know, the one from the other side. Are you related to him?
Well, I guess part of our blood may have, you know,
because
but I think it's just sinking into the character.
No, but like you are speaking like present continuous tense,
yes,
past tense,
yes,
past tense,
yes,
like future tense,
yes,
all of it.
And you know, the truth is,
do you know that sometimes when you're delivering your lines, I suffer like a minor migraine.
I actually notice it sometimes. So you notice that, you know, in real life, and there are people like that in real life. Now you notice people who are like that in real life, in as much as they're struggling to express themselves in the language, they still choose the most superlative form of expression. You know, it's almost like they're trying to compensate or they're trying to show you. And on top of that, he has absolutely no idea that what he's saying is wrong. So he's saying it in all confidence.
So the language and the English is all you. It's not the script.
No, it's not. It's all me.
It's all you.
It's all me. It's not.
So Ivan wrote the script.
Very regular
English.
Yes.
And
then when I've taken it, then
when you have what?
When I've taken it, when you have taken the words, you understand? Because you see, and you know, I also noticed something. It's quite funny, but this is very serious. I meant it.
Okay.
On one of the days, it really hit me that when I am driving to set, okay, yes, I'm thinking through the lines, I'm thinking through the words and all of that, but somehow when I arrive on set and I get into costume, and especially when the chains go around my neck and the jewelry goes around my fingers, I'm being very honest, it's almost like it draws you more into the character. So you would notice on set, there was one day that Ajite made a comment. He was like, why are you walking about the place like you own the whole place? And that was because I had gotten into the costume. And so my whole mind, my whole psyche was already in the character. And you know, Jimmy's character is like, you know, he's got money more than nobody in this place. You understand? So it just, you know, it just takes over. And when
Jimmy.
it takes over...
See, my general manager says that, Prince Moses, he says you actually look different when you speak regular English. And so you know what? Let's see if you change. Let's see if you change when you start talking about Jimmy. When you start talking like Jimmy.
The moment you start, now I know the plug, now I know the switch, now I know the door. So immediately you talk about Jimmy, I get into that door. Do you understand?
Hi, Jimmy.
So, you see, if you are verbalizing me like this, then you have known that you are just wanting to fully experience the Jimmy effect. You see, if Jimmy have entering place, the whole fragrance about the place have feeling that Jimmy have entered. Because Jimmy have no human being. You understand? Jimmy have no human being.
Why do you want to marry a girl who doesn't want to marry you?
But why the girl have not wanting money? I'm not understanding. Why the girl have not wanting money? Why? She have having contract with poverty? She have having contract with poverty? Which woman being about the whole universe or the 6 continents? Which woman being who, if they are putting money under their nose, they are saying that they have not wanting money, but they are wanting to organize themselves around simple Okada drivers? Which kind of disrespectful of self is that? And if no other human being but the one only Jimmy Carter have forgotten and putting and sideways, minusing all the other women about the universe and have represented himself close to your action, then you are saying you have not wanting. What you have wanting to do with your life if you have not wanted Jimmy Carter?
What about love?
What is love? What is love? If money have satisfied all your needs, what you have missing in your life? What you have missing in your life? Listen, if somebody have buying you chaskele and another person have buying you chessboard, which one you have play? Which one you have play? You see, the fact that you have been eating all gobe every time, all your whole life, and it's one of Jimmy's favorite food, it doesn't mean that if somebody have put in some sliced chicken about the gobe, you have seen that no, you have liking it just raw and dry. No.
Sliced chicken about the who? Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Carter.
One Jimmy Carter. Yes, man.
You know one question that people keep asking me? People keep asking me, now, how are you able to keep a straight face when Jimmy is talking like that? Honestly, right now I can't. Like right now, you're cracking me up so much. But when we are on set, it's not funny.
It's not. It's not. And everybody struggles.
Because the truth is, you know, like you,
yes.
The moment we enter costume,
that's it.
You become the person.
That's right. You become the character. Yeah.
And so naturally, you become this very annoying, irritating guy I want to get out of my face.
It shows in every single way, shape, and form, you know. And the truth is that, like I mentioned, some of the most spontaneous acts and some of the biggest lines of Jimmy, which have really caught on with people, have come literally after action.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And so, in all sincerity, I am hearing it just as you are hearing it, even though it's still coming from me. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So when I deliver at that point in time, it's hitting both of us at the same time. And that's why sometimes I am unable to help it. And then I even respond and laugh about it. But the people I feel for the most is the cast and crew. You know,
because sometimes the sound man is there. He's like, he doesn't want to laugh. So he's you see the sound man booming. And he's like... And you know, the sound man is supposed to be the most disciplined person on set because he's in charge of the sound. And if anyone makes a sound, he gets upset.
That's right.
So he can't be the one. So, you know, and our sound man is so serious. His name is Sefai. Like, he's a no-nonsense guy. Like, he would tell you, whoever you are, to shut up. So this guy is there. He doesn't want to laugh. And as soon as Ivan says cuts, and if you're not lucky, Ivan would never say cuts. We'll all be there. And everybody starts laughing. So we are lucky when you laugh. Then we can laugh.
Yeah, that's true. Because some of the lines, like, you know, after the fact, I've asked myself, like, literally, where did Botswana style come from?
But you see, where did no parliament will say come from?
You see, listen. You see, Jimmy are very highly intellectual human being. You see, because unless you have known that Botswana have produced some of the biggest, finest diamond of the universe, you have not been delivering such lines. So in that moment, Jimmy have just connecting to all the geography about the universe. And I've recognized that, Botswana have gotten some mighty diamond. So if Jimmy are presenting ring, and the ring have combination of gold and diamond, then yes, Jimmy are wanting, and you know, have knowing that this diamond you are receiving is not just regular, everybody fake diamond anywhere. This is Botswana star. It means it's authentic.
But why did you kneel down on both knees?
Oh, it's just Jimmy Star.
Because proposal, I can say one new.
No, because it's thing people have doing and Jimmy have seen. And that time, Jimmy have wanting to do some. They have not known that we are doing it in Balancing Star.
Because it looks like you're under punishment. Kneel down, raise up.
But at that time, you see that all the heaviness, the material have just weighing heavy on Jimmy. Because true, Jimmy might have not understanding why this woman being who have negotiating her whole life basic minimum level, and then Jimmy have showing up and wanting to somersaulting the experience so that you have lifted up to the sky. Then you have said no. You still have wanting to regularize about the areas. How? It's not intellectual. You understand? It's not scientific. It's not appropriate. It's just unbelievable. So when it have unbelieved Jimmy, then Jimmy himself have confused. Because especially anywhere Jimmy have accentuating himself, everybody have seen, they are just paying full attention. Then only this small, everyday, regular mopping floor girl have talking that Jimmy have nothing. You are lying. You have married Jimmy Carter.
Right now, I'm beginning to feel like Enyo.
The emotions are coming.
Honestly.
Honestly. Somebody said the word the sentence that really got to them the most, and this was a lady, was like, what you are doing with your life.
Shimmy. 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 Hey, Shimmy.
No, but I mean,
walking slow. Look, on that day, I wanted to tell Ivan I quit. Me and you. I wanted to tell Ivan I quit. Me and you.
Because that line was so authentic. It was so in the moment.
I wish they had captured my reaction on that day.
It was so in the moment.
I was dying.
Listen,
I think everyone on set, I'm the only one who's never amused. Because you know what?
You literally feel it. Yeah, you literally feel the
I
word.
feel like, who's this guy? Can you leave me alone?
So are you really telling me like in regular, like in life, like nobody would choose Jimmy?
It will not be me.
What do you have talking?
It will not be me. I'm sorry. How many chains do you wear again?
Listen, why you are buying things then you have not utilized? You see, Jimmy have not the kind of person who have just going store, arresting things into his wardrobe, and then they are just there, just breathing in and out. No. If Jimmy have buying multiple, Jimmy have wearing multiple.
So you have to wear all your chains at the same time?
But if you are having them, why you have not wearing?
We are going for a quick break. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm hanging out with Kabutey Okanse, your favorite MC's favorite MC. And today he's here, Jimmy Carter, from To Have and To Hold. Stay tuned.
You know, I'm buying heavy-duty machines. You understand? I'm putting you in office with elevator levels. Then you are chopping boss like Jimmy and woman. But look at you, Jimmy Gay. If you are getting people house, then you are cleaning for how? You are going there, coming in Charlotte. You are doing this how? Listen, no parliament are shouting yeah for this one.
Jimmy Carter. I swear to God. The whole devil.
Please have you over me.
The whole devil. Budget number one. You know what? I mean, I can't stop asking you where you come up with these weird things. I mean, most of the things we say are because of the experiences we've had, the people we listen to, the media we consume, the conversation. True. So where do you get these? There must be someone in your life.
I think it's amazing. Like, I think any human being, it's amazing how much information you already have
that you don't know,
that you are not even aware of.
Yeah.
Because you see, if you really think about it, like it sounds so outrageous, but it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
All Jimmy is trying to say is that nobody will accept this anywhere. But you know, he thinks in pictures and in superlative form. And so right there in that moment, when he thought about what you were doing, and he's just trying to say that nobody will find this acceptable. The highest body that evaluates whether something acceptable is what? It's Parliament.
Yes.
And when Parliament approves something, what do they say?
Yeah.
When you are doing something and Parliament have not accepting, then this one, no Parliament have shouting, yeah.
But you know, the way I've saved your name on my phone is Kabutey Okanse Roverman.
Okay.
Because I know you from the Roverman stage.
That's right.
You were in Unhappy Wives, Confused Husbands.
Yes.
That was the first.
No. I wasn't in Unhappy Wives. I wasn't in the first generation of Unhappy Wives.
Okay.
But in the repeats at some point, yes, I got
because,
in that.
Yeah, I thought I had seen you in Unhappy Wives.
Yes, I got in that a few times, yes.
Yes, and that's your stage acting.
Yes.
But I'd never seen you do screen acting.
That's true.
I think I saw you in an MTN ad.
Yes. Many years ago, I did a 1 for 3 or something. There was this MTN advert, Siliwa.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that also quite good. And in fact, interestingly, subsequently, when just recently in one of our recent shoots, I was asking Ivan, who's the director, I was asking him, why he chose me for this particular role. And he mentioned that it was from that MTN.
Ah, that's where he got the inspiration
he
from.
got the inspiration
Look
from,
at that.
And even that was probably like, 6-7 years ago. So imagine, even for him, that information was in his system.
He's remembered.
Until he saw this script, this character, and says, "No,
I've got the man for the job."
Let's do this one.
Let's talk about your MCing.
Yes,
that's what we know you for.
That's right.
How long have you been an MC for?
This year's 12 years.
12 years.
12 years, over 1,300 events.
What?
Over 1,300.
1,300 events.
1,300 events. That's right.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you remember your first event?
Oh, absolutely, I do. 30th April 2011. The gentleman was called Fred. His wife was called Myra, Mr. and Mrs. Ankra. Yes.
Why did they choose you as their MC?
Because Myra just went out of frustration. She had come to the conclusion that she didn't want to have any uncle or auntie or friend, come spoil her event. Because at that time, there was nothing like a professional event MC. So you just had to rely on familiar people.
Church elders.
Yes. And she in her own words, she had too many scars to show for such experiences.
Okay.
So she had literally was desperately looking for somebody who did this. And she had asked and had no, answers to it. And then on that particular fateful day, as out of frustration, she went on Facebook. Facebook was relatively new and just typed MCs in Ghana. What she didn't know was that literally 5 hours before, I had created my Facebook page that same day, literally 5 hours before. And at around 7:30 when I went to work, and then I went back around my duties, went for lunch, came back, and she had typed MCs in Ghana. My page had popped up. There was no picture, no video, no description, nothing. It was just the name, Kabutey, my MC. That was all. And so I remember asking her, what makes you even confident that I can do this? And she says, if you had the confidence to even create a page and to say that you do this, at least you would likely be better than somebody who I am not sure how they will look or how they react in front of a live audience.
Wow.
And that's how it happened.
Just like that.
Just like that. Literally, just
Sometimes
like that.
you say the greatest things happen on a whim.
That's true. And I mean, the evolution, honestly, till today, when I look back, it really overwhelms me. Because at that very first event, people started going to her
to ask her who her
this
MC
guy?
was.
Because they thought I was a family member. So I said, no, I saw him on Facebook. So they would come to me. And I remember so vividly, I didn't even have a business card or anything like that.
Oh.
So at the time, we didn't used to use table napkins. At the time, they used to use tissue napkins. So I remember taking some tissue and writing my number on there and giving it to people. And at that first event, I was booked for 6 other events.
Wow.
At that first event. So it literally, spiraled, because I think that what happened was that at the event, many people go for weddings and they generally know how weddings were. At the time, weddings was not something you look forward to for a real experience. It's more like you just attend out of duty and just to, connect with your other friends and things like that. It wasn't really about the event and the experience of the event. And so I think when they showed up on that particular day, they kind of just felt like something was different. The order, the flow. It's not like I was superlative in any, but they just felt like something was different.
You took charge.
And they enjoyed it. Yes, they enjoyed the flow. And they found themselves paying attention. Because one of the biggest things for social events is that people are just in their own small conversations.
Chatting.
Exactly. And it can be so disrupting and sometimes even disrespectful to the celebrants. But they found themselves paying attention. And somehow they concluded that, my presence there made a positive impact. And so that's where it started from. Yes.
Wow.
And
That's quite a story.
12 years later.
Do you remember your best event? Favorite?
I remember, so certain events, thank God I've had really, really amazing events, to be very honest. I don't remember too many bad events. However, the ones that stand out very much for me are the ones that were obviously going downhill because of one factor or another. And then somehow we managed to turn the experience around and made it into an unforgettable experience. I'm sure anybody who has followed me has probably heard this story before, but I'd like to say it and I love to say it because it's literally almost like a miracle story for me. That particular day, let me just tell you the end before the beginning. That particular day, I remember when I went back, I got back home, I literally broke down in tears, literally broke down in tears, because here's what happened. Beautiful setting, Cleaver House, fantastic.
That's where I had my wedding.
That's where you had your wedding?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cleaver House.
fantastic ambience, all the
Yeah.
nature. They had lights
Greens
in
in the trees.
you know, friends and family,
grass.
everybody looking classic, bougie. You know, soup had been served. The DJ PK was playing great music. Everything was perfect. The couple literally decided to take their time, and they wanted to arrive just when we were about to have a party.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to like come and go through too many door formalities. So by the time they were coming in, like the place was literally set to just be, you know, lighted up in good excitement. And then literally,
Rain.
as they were driving in their
Say it,
classic Bentley, the heavens just opened
Rain.
and the rain just poured.
No.
And their very first sight of their wedding reception was everybody scattering
Running
in
away.
different directions.
No.
Now this is Cleaver House. You know, they have very, you know, some rooms in there, but on that particular day they were serving as storerooms because we were using the outside. So there was no readiness to host an event. Probably about 75 or 80% of the guests had gone back into their cars and left. And so I remember going to them in the car. They were looking very sad. I told them, look, you just give us some time. Let's figure out what to do. Went inside, and together with a very, you know, helpful staff at Cleaver House, literally myself and some of his good friends took almost a little over an hour to pack all the chairs and all the store items into one room and create a little bit of room in that one place. PK was gracious to put on one speaker. I came in front of everybody and I told them, listen, this one, we all have to create a miracle for these guys because we can't let this be their memory of their wedding. Long story short, after about an hour and a half, we went in the car, brought them out, was able to set up the music a little bit. They came in, we managed to cut the cake. I managed to do a few things to get the, you know, the guests excited, family members and all of that. And literally, now I will kid you not, literally it ended up being one of the most amazing parties we've ever had. So eventually we moved onto the balcony whilst the rain was still pouring out, and we were just packed in that space and had a very intimate, long, you know, outdoor club with rain background, and it's just unforgettable. So shout out once again to Mr. and Mrs. Duplan, JP and Nkansa.
That's quite a story.
Yes, so that's like one of my all-time favorite memories as far as being an MC is concerned, because you literally saw it becoming a bad memory for life, and then somehow together with everybody else we were able to make it a truly memorable one. So
wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember all your couples?
So I have a better, I do better with faces than with names. So obviously after 1,300, I may not in the moment remember.
You don't remember 2,600 people.
You know, I may not remember every single name in the moment, but when I see my couple, I know. When I see my couple, I know. Yes,
that was you.
Yes,
you didn't pay me the balance.
There are very, very few in that story.
Do you have to be funny to be an MC?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It is a good asset to have. So I say that in the MC role has multiple segments to it. You are an announcer. You are an entertainer. You are the one who is the lead order. You are representing and standing in the name of the celebrant or the company, you know, that is hosting the event. So you're all of these things. You're even a chief security officer. You're all of these things because you're literally, I see events as a relay. You know, all the vendors are running different legs of the relay. We start from the venue, then the rentals, then the decor, the setup, the food, the DJ. And then after everybody has run their race and done their part, the baton is now put in the hands of the MC to finish the race for the whole team. So you're literally carrying the rest of the team on your back. And so you really need to stand out. So beyond being orderly, being functional, being proper, having great diction, great expression, being able to understand, you know, and being able to have people give you permission to handle their emotions throughout the course of the event. And then at the end of it, after a great experience, give it back to them. It takes more than just the basics. So you have to have something. And that's something, if it is humor for you, then use that. But if it is not for you, then don't go there. So in my evolution, I've done different things. You know, in my early years, I was very animated, much more animated than now. I used to do one-man choreographies, you know, times.
Huh?
Yeah. At events, I used to do one-man choreographies. Yes, especially at the peak of Azonto, you know, those times. Gosh, I used to, you know, rehearse one-man choreography. Sometimes I'll do, you know, spoken word, my own. Sometimes I'll come with quizzes about the differences between men and women. You know, sometimes I'll come and sing. I remember hosting.
You sing?
Yes.
Sing me a song.
I remember. Okay, I'll
Sing
sing
me a
the song. I'll sing it in the story. Let me say. So I went to host an event.
Yeah.
And it was a wedding, and they were both Evers. Okay, and I don't speak Ewe. I'm an Ada. They say in Ada, when you grow, you become an Ewe. But I have not yet grown, so I'm still an Ada. So, but when we're going for the event, they also had, you know, we have two segments of most families. There's the urban segment of the family, and there's the hometown segment of the family. And you know, the hometown segment of the family, they are truly indigenous. You know what I mean? So the language is important, you know, for you to be able to connect with them and bond with them. And in this case, I didn't speak Ewe. And then two big buses had come with people from hometown to be part of the event. So it's the kind of event where when you say hello, literally nobody's minding you, because that's not what connects with them. You know what I mean? So I remember wondering, what am I going to do? I mean, what am I? Because otherwise the whole event is just completely out of your hands. So in the spur of the moment, I remembered something. So I went to the DJ and I told the DJ, that's why I did not do that's why when you asked me what's my favorite song, I said Daddy Anoma.
Yeah.
Now Daddy Anoma is a song by Kwabena Kwabena.
Yeah.
It has 3 verses. The first verse is Chi.
Yeah.
Then there's an instrumentation, and then the second verse is Ewe. Now, I knew the song, not in meaning, but just in sound. You understand? So I told the DJ, we're going to do something. Just start playing the song. Just play the song. Don't do anything else. Leave the rest to me. So whilst the first verse was playing, I allowed it to play. Then when the instrumental was playing, I started kind of ad-libbing to the guests. So I was talking about the fact that, you know, here we are, we've got 2 families rich in the heritage of Everland. They've come here with their prince and their princess to get married, to get celebrated. And I was listening to the song. So just when the song ended, and then the second verse, the Ewe started, then I just went into the trance. Ojo jona nyasusu ojo mechi jojo akpedo jimakewa ore onukata madaga majaga mededege ode shedola meli ode ye sonye makuna walo afina togbe ololo ewo mala ye sonye makuna walo afina togbe ololo ewo mala ye. Then I said, someone said I'm here, and literally everybody broke into laughter, and that was how the audience responded to me. That's right. Until today, I still don't understand what it means.
Oh, let me explain it to you.
Oh, please do.
Oh, it just Sonia means my love.
Wow, my baby.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So there's always a way to connect with an audience.
You have to find.
You have to find it.
You have to find a way to.
This is a nice hack.
And this is what you need. People need to understand.
Yeah.
People only respond to what they can recognize and to what they can relate to. So, for example, when it comes to humor, there's a reason why Chris Rock may be the biggest, comedian in the US.
Yeah.
But you and I can sit and watch a 1-hour video of Chris Rock with the whole Apollo Theater laughing crazily, and we're wondering, what's this guy doing? He has not said anything funny so far. It's because he's talking with cultural elements and with environmental stuff in there. So if you don't recognize and you cannot relate to the things he's saying, it will not connect.
You cannot connect. You will not have a good time.
Yes. The reason why you will laugh when Jimmy Carter says no parliament have shouting yeah is because you know what parliament is, you know about yeah. If you don't know what parliament is and you've never heard yeah before, you wonder, what did he just say? Do you understand? So it's the same thing. So if you have to use music, find something that they can recognize and they can connect to. If you have to use dance, make sure the two elements are there. If you have to use comedy, make sure the two elements are there.
10/10, as delivered by Jimmy Carter, the one and only United States president.
Talking them through. Yes. I'm the transcontinental multinational guy.
It's okay, taking your time. Can you believe that's all our time?
It's unbelievable, honestly. I can't believe it.
Kabutey, this has been real fun.
Thank you.
This has been exciting.
Thank you.
We have like 2 minutes to say goodbye.
You inspire me. You lift
me?
Me up. Yes,
oh
you
God.
do. Yes, you do.
Say that again.
You inspire me.
Damn,
you lift me up. Your reactions and responses, both on and off set, is truly inspiring. Some of the things I've always wanted to do was to extend my creativity into other fields like screen, like stage, and there are a few people that I look forward to playing alongside with. So when I say my baby, it is beyond Jimmy Carter.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't mean it.
And then I think you're one of the very few people who have transitioned, who have been able to do emceeing and media and combine it, and it's quite seamless. A lot of people move from the studio to the stage and you can tell that they struggle. Some people move from the stage to the studio and you can also tell that they struggle. Very few are able to do it with consistency. And that's why one of my dreams is that someday we shall host VGMA together.
I was coming to that. You and I are doing VGMA 2024.
It's just done.
Do you know that?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
You and I are doing VGMA 2024.
For real?
For real. On periods. On periods.
The universe have receiving this one. I'm telling you.
Have that on periods.
Look, you have given me grassroots pimples on my whole body. What you have talking? Listen, the whole universe have accentuated themselves to the Jimmy effect. If we have entered that stage, I'm telling you, all the abundance on the flow, the universe have connecting to something that you and me have knowing right here in Accra, Ghana. Watching us, VGMA 2024.
On period.
25th anniversary.
Yes.
We have circumvented the whole universe.
Exactly. I couldn't even read your messages, but that's all our time today. Kabutey.
Thank you, Naa.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Asase.
Nice.
You have a truly amazing studio.
Thank you.
My first time. Great to be here.
Thank you. My name is Naa Ashorkor, and this has been Between Hours, live on Asase Radio. Way out.